Far from home and loved ones, these heroes sacrifice their own lives so the entire nation can sleep in peace. The stories of their courage and passion are larger than life. They are legends whose tales will not just make your chest swell with pride, but whose sacrifices will leave your eyes a little moist. They are all heroes, each and every one of them. But there are a few whose stories have become the stuff of legends, stories that deserve to be shared and told over and over again. Before we begin, click the subscribe button if you haven't and hit the bell icon to be a part of our notification squad. Today, we are looking at top 5 Indian Army heroes and their extraordinary tales of bravery. Rifleman Jaswant Singh Rawat. A hero of Indo-China War, Rifleman Jaswant Singh Rawat of the 4th Garhwal Rifles Infantry Regiment is the only soldier in the history of the Indian Army who has risen through the ranks after his death. He was promoted to the rank of Major General 40 years after his death and is still believed to command troops guarding India's eastern frontiers with China. During the 1962 war, soldiers were ordered to vacate their posts as soon as possible due to heavy casualties against the Chinese at the Battle of Nuranang. But Jaswant did not leave his position and continued to fight even after other soldiers had left. Rawat was helped by 2 Monpa tribal girls named Sela and Noora. The trio set up weapons at separate points and maintained a volume of fire to make the Chinese believe they were facing a huge battalion. Rawat successfully managed to fool them for 3 days. But the Chinese found out about the setup through a man who used to supply rations to Rawat and the girls. At this point, Rawat chose to shoot himself rather than being captured by the Chinese forces. The Chinese were so furious on learning that they had been fighting a single soldier all this time that they cut off Rawat's head and carried it back to China. The post that Rawat held to repulse the Chinese troops has been renamed Jaswantgarh in the recognition of his courage. Subedar Yogendra Singh Yadav. This brave soldier has the high honor of being the youngest recipient of the Paramveer Chakra. He received his award at the age of 19 for his actions on July 4, 1999 during the Kargil War. He was born in 1980 in Aurangabad Ahir village of Uttar Pradesh. He volunteered for the task of capturing 3 strategic bunkers on Tiger Hill, which was situated at the top of a vertical, snow-covered, 16,500 feet high cliff face. He was climbing the high cliff with the help of a rope when the enemy bunker started rocket fire. Yadav was hit by 3 bullets in his groin and shoulder. Despite being severely injured, Yadav kept climbing and finished the remaining 60 feet to reach the top of the cliff. Though in immense pain, Yadav crawled to the first enemy bunker and lobbed a grenade, which killed 4 Pakistani soldiers and set back the enemy fire. This gave the rest of the Indian platoon the opportunity to climb up the cliff face. However, this was not it. Yadav continued to fight and destroy the second bunker too with the help of 2 fellow soldiers. In fact, he also engaged in hand-to-hand combat with the enemy and killed 4 more Pakistani soldiers. By the time the rest of the Indian platoon arrived, Yadav had already neutralized the enemy attack. This gave Indian soldiers the upper hand and they managed to accomplish one of the toughest missions of the Kargil War, the capture of the Tiger Hill. During the second part of the fight, a few more bullets hit Yadav. Some say he was hit by 16 bullets, some say less, but he survived it all. Yadav's heroic actions were portrayed in the film Lakshya by actor Hrithik Roshan. Brigadier Muhammad Usman. Born in Bibipur, Uttar Pradesh, this man of steel joined the Indian Army in 1934. During the Indo-Pakistani War of 1947-48, Brigadier Usman repulsed a fierce attack on Naushera and Jhangarh, 2 highly strategic locations in Jammu and Kashmir, and was named by his fellow soldiers the Lion of Naushera. At the time of the partition, he was made the offer of becoming the chief of the Pakistani army, but he chose to stay in India. He left the Baloch Regiment of Pakistan and was inducted into the Dogra Regiment in India. After the Battle of Naushera, where the Pakistanis suffered heavy casualties at his hands, the same country that had quoted him to become the chief of the army now went ahead and placed prize money of 50,000 rupees on his head. Brigadier Usman was not just a fierce soldier but also a compassionate man. He never got married and used to donate a large part of his salary to support poor children and pay for their education. This inspiring and exemplary officer of the Indian Army died on July 3, 1948, defending Jhangarh. His last words were, "I am dying, but let not the territory we were fighting for fall to the enemy." He was awarded the Mahavir Chakra posthumously for his great courage and leadership. Major General Ian Cardozo. Major General Ian Cardozo, who has many achievements to his name, will always be known for his immense courage in the 1971 war with Pakistan. He was at the time a young major with 5 Gorkha rifles. During the war, he stepped on a landmine and severely injured his leg. When even the doctor could not cut his leg, Cardozo asked for a kukri and cut his own leg off, saying, "Now go and bury it." The incident did not deter Cardozo from going on to serve his country. Through sheer willpower and determination, he continued to perform his duties as a soldier and became the first disabled officer in the Indian Army to command an infantry battalion and a brigade. In spite of not being physically at par with other officers, he defeated many two-legged soldiers to come first in many fitness tests during his stint in the army. Captain Vikram Batra. Born in Palampur, Himachal Pradesh, Captain Vikram Batra of 13 J&K Rifles is known as the hero of the Kargil War. He led one of the toughest war operations in Kashmir and was also called Sher Shah. He was instrumental in recapturing Peak 5140, which is located at an altitude of 17,000 feet. During this mission, Batra was seriously injured but still managed to kill 3 enemy soldiers in close combat. After capturing Peak 5140, he went on yet another difficult mission to recapture Peak 4875 on July 7, 1999. Batra made a call to his father before he left and told him about the crucial mission. Hardly did he know that this would be his last call home. It was one of the most difficult missions the Indian Army attempted because the Pakistani forces were sitting above the peak at 16,000 feet and the climb gradient was 80 degrees. On their way up, one of Batra's fellow officers was severely injured. Batra set out to save him. When a Subedar tried to help him save the officer, Batra pushed him aside, saying, "You have children, step aside." He saved his fellow soldier but was killed while clearing enemy positions. Batra's last words were, "Jai Mata Di." So, these were our picks for top 5 Indian Army heroes and their extraordinary tales of bravery. Did we miss any? Comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Write it down in the comments if you have some video ideas for our channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and watch the previous stuff. We know you will love too.